just want to know some sort of memories from, I don't know, back in the day, or just anything that pops into your head.
Memory's gone a bit. Yeah. Oh well, I mean, I left school at the age of 14.
Yeah.
And started school as not an apprentice really, but as a trainee with a firm called Airwork Limited, which was the biggest company around at that time, you know, working on nothing but aeroplanes. Like. They had their own flying club, used to do all the maintenance, all servicing at Heston Airport, which at the time was well finished up as being part of London Heathrow Airport. You know, so there were no concrete runways, just grass where the aircraft to run across in the same direction sort of thing, and worn the grass out, you know. And yeah, we used to do test flights and things like that, and jack them up, take the wings off, fabric covered wings and that.
From your perspective, how's Grandad's memory?
So learn how to sew.
His long-term memory is amazing, though it does trail off. He finds it real struggles, as you'll see with the video. He struggles to actually keep to the point. He wanders off at tangents and just keeps rambling to. So his long-term memory, but it's his short-term memory is absolutely awful. He rarely knows what day it is. Gets confused, forgets. You give him his tablets at 6 o'clock, and 7:30 he'll ring you up and ask you why I haven't been giving him his tablets yet. Forgets for you to go around and see him like we'll see him tomorrow, and he won't have a clue that you'll ask him how you're getting on with a cleaner, and he said, well, I don't have a cleaner, which he does have. So he does get really confused on his short-term memory.
How does that make you feel? Like frustrated, or?
Oh yeah, it can be really frustrating at times because he repeats himself over and over again, and you're sort of, yes, I've told you that, Dad, yes, I will pick you up, I will be taking you to so-and-so, and then he'll ask you again about 10 minutes later, which is a bit frustrating.
Yeah.
It's a bit sad, really.
When you're, say, sat with him, with a group of people, say if he's come over and it's you and Mum, do you tend to sort of talk around him, or like not so much ignore him, but he doesn't really get involved as much?
No, he doesn't get involved. We try and involve him. You try and involve him in the whole thing, but no, he doesn't.
How do you think he feels?
Himself, he keeps quiet quite often, but he can't keep up. That's a lot of it, is because if you're talking quickly, you can't keep up with what's happening.
With Germany, you know. But we were kept busy on the sort of training aspect of things, and well, they brought out a thing called Home Guard. You probably hear about it, have you? Home Guard, that were dressed in army uniforms, like. And what the idea was to protect your own village and towns and things like that. And they formed sort of regiments, and I got drawn into one in Hounslow, where we were living. It was a second military.
Yeah, well, any form of someone to talk to, someone else to talk to, and someone to see is good. We keep saying we'd like to get into the it's not healthy aged nowadays, is it? It's what age concern. He doesn't seem to want to go, and I think he feels a bit. He goes there. I think he feels a bit depressed because he's full of old people.
Yeah.
The problem with a lot of young people is they haven't got patience. That's the hardest thing is patience, because you've got to be patient with him. He will ramble on, and he will lose his train of thought and go off at tangents. And if you really want to get some information out of him, it takes a bit of coaxing, and you've got to be patient, because if you lose your patience, he will.
Yeah.
His memory frustrates him as well. He gets quite annoyed with himself when he forgets what day it is or forgets what's going on.
Anything with a window in it, any room with a window in it, now, you would cover up with air with blackout curtains and things like that. You know, so if you did happen to go out the door or go into another room and switch the light on, you'd have to pull the curtains. And these air raid wardens that used to walk around, I used to look, and if somebody did open their front door with a hall light on or something like that, and showed with a light, he'd shout out, "Put out that light! Put out that light!" and things like that, you know. Yeah. I mean, yeah, sort of thinking about it, you know, it was pretty rotten, really, but you'd be surprised how ordinary people got used to it. Yeah. Doreen, wife, you know, well, she died a few years back. So, of course, now, and of course, the boys and your dad was all married and they'd left home, you know. And, of course, I'm left on my own. You know, so I see them regular. But it's not really what I like, really. I mean, the years have gone past and I'm getting a bit old now to start thinking of starting over again, you know.
Yeah.
But